Hey folks, here we go. Gonna got another one on the energy deal with that I've been rolling out here lately. And you see the title of this one. Now I'm going to start with one page with one channel from hydrocarbons technology.com. And then we're going to go to Statista. The order of the countries doesn't change, just the percentages change a little bit, because this one here from hydrocarbons technology is 8 years old, almost 8 years old, close to 8 years old, but the ranking hasn't changed. But the Statista one, I think it's like a year and a half old. So we'll go through that. Like I said, but the order does not change. Okay. Let's go ahead and get going. Now, you see what we got here. Energy gluttons, the world's top 10 energy consumers. The 10 biggest energy consuming countries account for over 60% of the world's total primary energy consumption. Hydrocarbon-technology.com profiles the world's top 10 energy consumers based on annual consumption in 2013. Okay, now let's go ahead. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and go to the next page. Y'all have to excuse me. Pollen is screwing with me. Changed the air filter and everything, and it's still but anyway, sorry about that. Number one, China. The world's most populated country, China, consumed a record 200 trillion British thermal units of primary energy in 2013. Like I say, but the number's going to change, but the ranking isn't. 4.7% increase. Coal accounted for over 65% of the country's total energy. I think their natural gas then went up some. Well, I done the video last night. I think their natural gas went up some and the coal went down a little bit. China is by far the world's biggest coal consumer. That part hasn't changed. Producer and importer. It is also the second largest oil guzzler and one of the top 5 natural gas consumers in the world. So that's China. But where are all the, like Elizabeth and myself was saying, where are all these global warming alarmists? Where are all these climatologists, going to switch it from global warming to climate change? The climate always changes. What are you talking about? Okay, so the first ice age and little ice age, and then the heating period, and the paleontonic period, and all the. There was no cars, there was no plastic, there was no jets, there was no buses, there was no drilling, there was none of that. But look at what the atmosphere then was on record as being. So you can't blame that on us. But anyway, for some odd reason, the only people that seem to get the finger pointed at it by the far left lunatics are westernized democracies. Even though we're we're not a democracy, we're a constitutional republic, but be that as it may. You don't see them over there pointing their finger at China, India, and especially Russia. They ain't over there talking crap to Kim Il-sung over in North Korea about their coal, how much coal that they burn over there. You go over there, you won't come back. You go over there messing with Xi Jinping. Y'all know what's coming. Xi Jinping, you need to do something about your carbon footprint and CO2 output of your nation. That's a good idea. I tell you what, I send emissary. They pick you up. They bring you to the palace. We talk about it over tea. that's the last time we gonna see your ass. Well, that's probably gonna be the last time we see your ass in the condition you was when you left here. Oh, he had a tragic accident. On his way back to airport after our summit, car got into a crash. Burst into flames. Burnt it to the ground. It's so tragic. Send another emissary. Be grabbing one of them other little douche knot boys trying to get him on. Now. Okay. But you want to talk crap here. Got it. That's a crying freaking shame, man. Crying shame. Next. The great Satan. Us. Yeah, right. USA's primary energy consumption in 2013 grew by 2.9. Like I say, matter of fact, I'm just going to lead the numbers. I'm going to just go in the order, and then we'll go to the statista, because these numbers change ever so slightly. But y'all know how it is. There's always a naysayer that's just lying in wait for you to say, oh, that number you put out is skewered, because now it's not 2.9%, it's 3.01%, which it is. And so they are crap can the entire thing to fit their notion if they can find a chink in the armor. And I'm not going to give it to them. Oil and gas accounted for over 60% of the country's total energy consumption. That part, I think it changed by 2%. But we'll see. Anyway, next. U.S. accounting for nearly 20% of the world's oil consumption, the biggest oil consuming country, and is also the world's second biggest natural gas and coal consumer. It also hosts the world's largest coal reserves, the second biggest oil reserves, and the second biggest coal and oil producer. That's why the world hates us. Well, that's part of the world. We do go around effing with people, but they F with people too. I'm not going to turn this into a political thing. Like I say, matter of fact, look, matter of fact, go ahead and you see what's on the screen now. Yeah, that's how it goes. The only people that think that no one else does anything but the United States are normally people with a political axe to grind, or people that ain't never left the United States and lived and been to multiple countries away from the United States. And you go, these mofos is worse than we are. Like, what the hell? Okay. Next, Russia. Das Vidanya. Russia is the biggest producer and second biggest consumer of natural gas and holds the world's biggest natural gas reserves, about 1/4 of the world total. It is also the world's third biggest producer and fifth biggest consumer of oil. Russia is one of the top 10 coal producers and consumers as well. India. World's second most populated country, second to China. India ended. Okay, we don't need to read them numbers. Coal accounted for over half of the country's energy consumption. That part hasn't changed as far as I know. India is the third largest coal producer and consumer, and the fourth biggest oil consumer in the world. The country's coal reserves, estimated at 60.6 billion tons as of December 2013, stands fifth largest in the world. Japan. Asian industrial giant Japan consumed. Here we go again. Why do I keep doing that? Japan is the third biggest oil consumer and fourth biggest coal consumer in the world. It is the largest liquefied natural gas importer, second biggest coal importer, and third biggest oil importing country, because it's an island that they got to import most of their stuff. A naval blockade would put them in a world of hurt. And China knows that. And Japanese premier knows that as well. Anyway, there I go getting into tactics again. Old Canada with that, y'all got that Trudeau is an idiot. Hey, but y'all wanted a clown? You got him. Don't think, hey, Trudeau ain't gonna like this. You can't party without Artie. Sun's out, guns out, baby. The party don't start till we walk in. Yeah, Houdini, I know. Canada hosts the third biggest oil reserves and is the world's fifth biggest producer and 10th biggest consumer of oil. It is also one of the top 10 producers and consumers of natural gas. Canada's coal reserves rank 10th biggest in the world. I guess this is a local chain, grocery chain or something, I guess. What's that? LDL, I guess maybe the red thing in the middle supposed to signify a letter. I don't know. Deutschland. 2013 again. Germany ranks among the top 10 oil, natural gas, and coal consuming nations. Not producing, not reserve, consuming. That's why Adolf and them had to strike out and attack their neighbors, because their neighbors had the raw materials that will feed the industrial war machine. Guns before butter, remember? Y'all, some of y'all might catch how how it just all comes together. We can't, I said guns make us powerful. Butter only makes us fat. Germany ranks among the top 10. Okay, consuming. The European country also hosts the sixth biggest proven coal reserves and is among top 10 coal producing countries in the world. Brazil. I've never been to Brazil. That's one place. I've never been there. But right now, I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Brazil, okay, there I go reading the 2013 numbers again. I'm sorry, y'all. I just force a habit to read from the top. Brazil is one of the top 10 oil consuming nations in the world and the biggest oil producing country in South America. And the biggest oil producing country in South America, not Venezuela. And the biggest oil producing country in South America. Brazil is a net importer of petroleum, and over 90% of the country's oil production comes from offshore fields. That's strange. South Korea, been there. South Korea's primary energy consumption, and I'm gonna smack myself. South Korea is one of the top 5 oil importers and the 6th biggest oil refining country in the world. Wow. The Asian country imports over 80% of its crude oil from the Middle East. We're going to click that in a minute. Now, y'all, I'm ad-libbing. We're going to click that in a minute, see what it says. France. France. Nuclear energy. I told y'all that. Nuclear energy in other videos accounted for about 39%. I didn't say the percentage, though. About 39% of the country's total energy consumption, whereas oil and natural gas respectively comprise of 32 and 15% of the primary energy consumed by France. I'm telling you, France is a nuclear powerhouse when it comes to nuclear energy. Let's see what goes on here when I click this. We got a new wrinkle. 10 biggest oil refining countries. Let's go. Okay. Top 10 oil refining countries account for more than 58% of the world's total refinery capacity. Sorry, I'm in the way, y'all. I'll just read it for you. Okay, there you go. Well, shoot, I gotta. Wait a minute, because that's the only part that's wide. So I'll just read the top part. And then because the bottom narrows down. The United States is the biggest refiner in the world, followed by China, Russia, Japan, and India. Hydrocarbons technology profiles the top 10 the top 10 countries with the refinery capacity calculated by day. Oh, and you goofballs voted for Joe Biden. See, y'all can't see that part. It's off on the edge there. Saying, about the goofball people in the Joe Biden thing. I didn't say that. I'm just reading it. It's just off the screen. Y'all can't see it. Y'all believe me, don't you? United States, 17.38 million barrels a day, but that was then. 11.5 billion day for China. 5.75 for Russia. 4.25 for Japan. 4.1 for India. 2.88 for South Korea. 2.2 for Italy. Bambino. Saudi Arabia. Nah, I ain't gonna mess with them. Even though I do, but I forget it. I ain't got them down yet. 2.12. Deutschland, 2.09. Lived there for years. Canada, 2.06. Okay. That was pretty good. I really didn't know that was there. So can we go back to our original page? Can we? Can we? Please? Pretty please? With sugar on top? Well, there it is, folks. Now let's go to the Statista one with the up-to-date numbers, okay? Let's go. Okay, this is Statista.com. Statista. As you can see, this is in exajoules of energy. Because it is, they have to scale it up because it just keeps going. And yeah, 2020. So yeah, year and a half worth of data. That's the way the release date of this, what you see is 2020, July 2021. China is almost double, not quite, but almost double the United States. Like I said, where are them talking heads? Where are them douche not dudes and wannabe and goofball chicks with the green hair and whatnot that be raising hell and standing outside power plants in the United States waving flags, and they're the killer part. I would love to have somebody just follow them hordes of protesters and see where they live and see if they have running water and electricity. See how they got there. What'd you drive? Did you walk? You know they didn't walk. And look at some of them big old, wait a minute, how you do? Well, no, I ain't gonna do it because some of them damn land whales, you know that land whale didn't walk anywhere. As far as that land whale is gonna walk is from its front door to the damn car to the and pull up to the drive-through and get a supersized double triple Mick heart attack and whatnot, and then waddle her big ass up the stairs back into the house to inhale that damn thing down. He ain't walked out there to with no damn sign. Some high blood pressure running my family. Don't nobody running your family. You talking about? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just edgy sometimes. China, United States, India, Russia, Japan, Canada, Germany. Like I said, the rankings didn't change. Just the numbers changed. India, Russia, Japan, Canada, Germany. Now it stopped there, but then now we got Iran, Brazil, South Korea, Saudi Arabia, France, Indonesia, the UK, Mexico, Turkey, Italy, Australia, Thailand, and Spain. China is the largest consumer of primary energy in the world, using some 145.46 exajoules in 2020. This is far more than was consumed by the United States, which ranks second. The majority of primary energy fuels is still derived from fossil fuels such as oil and coal. We covered that. However, in 2020, renewables were the only primary energy source to see an increase in consumption. China's energy mix. I'll put the link on there. So if somebody want to go through and hit all these different charts, okay, and y'all can see my account at the bottom there. I got the single account that I pay for out of my pocket. Well, I take the little money, the little cash apps and whatnot that I get every blue moon. I notice I don't never tell nobody hit. Okay, I don't do that, but that's what I use that, and I put it with mine that I pay for so I can have access to this stuff so I can bring it to use guys. You know, but I say, but if use guys don't, you know, I ain't had nobody yet tell me, man, stop giving us good information. You know, if they do, we just throw rocks at them, y'all. We'll get rid of them. We don't need that negativity. All right. Y'all can check the links, but y'all can, well, I can't give you the link to this. Well, I can, but it's not going to give you all the information that I get. Forget it. I'll give you the ones that I told you I'd give you up front. They got good information too. Like I said, the only thing that changed is the numbers. The percentages went up just a little, or this one went down just a smidge, but the ranking didn't change. Y'all be good. Be safe. Thank you for coming to see us. Bye. Bye.